Hi guys, I'm Mike.
And I'm Zach.
God, yeah, just about there. And this is F1 Fanatics. So, we are here for episode 2 of the F1 Fantasy Weekly. We are after an absolutely fantastic, amazing race, best one like ever race. If I keep saying race, does that make it better?
So much race.
So much race. There was a lot of race.
It really did feel like it went on more than 2 hours, didn't it?
I was exhausted.
Yeah.
I mean, I think like we said, if any of you follow us on Twitter, I was actually at the Emirates Cup and I was following on my phone, and the person I was with, I was like going, at least if it's a boring race, I feel like I made the right decision, and then I just kept on getting updates of like Verstappen leads as
Yeah.
Hamilton crashes, and like going, oh no,
And you call
why?
yourself an F1 fanatic.
I know, I know. These were like pre-booked. It felt bad to say no. As an F1 fan, you feel like you can't like. Someone goes, "Do you want weekend plans?" Oh, I'm watching.
Yeah.
I suppose we have to. Right. Anyway, so we're back getting on to F1 Fantasy. We are going to. Last week we realised that we just assumed that everyone knew what we were going on about. So um, we are going to give a quick breakdown of what F1 Fantasy is. Zach, get us started off.
Well, you touched on it a little bit last week with it being similar to FPL or Fantasy Premier League. So there's over 6 million players. If you like football, you've probably got a fantasy team. You might just leave it for the rest of the year. That's fine. But so it's similar. It's similar to that. It's an app, or it's not really an app. It's part of the Formula One app, and it's a game where you can follow along. You have 5 drivers and 1 constructor, and you pick them and you swap them in and out, change them each week, and you can then root for them in a race. Nice and fun. Doesn't cost anything. Yeah, just a good laugh.
It's just a nice bit of time to get kind of competitive with your F1 mates and see who can make the right decisions. But like we said, seemingly at the top, they hadn't really made any changes and were doing really well. But we don't dwell on that because we have far more fun being proactive every week, don't we, Zach?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm sure, I haven't actually had a look, but I reckon there would have been a lot of changing at the top after this race.
I would be excited to find out that, Zach. I would be
Mm.
excited to find out. Um, Right. I suppose yes. Within that, it's like football fantasy. You have like $100 million
Yep,
or
you got a
pound
budget, so you
budget.
can't just have whoever you want. You got to be clever about it.
And the amazing thing is if you are listening to this and you go, God, I really want to get into F1 fantasy, but obviously I'm now halfway through this season. We will release, I think, what we were going to say, Zach, me and Ashley were talking about this,
Mm-hmm.
is after, if anyone wants to join our league, we'll create a league that starts from Spa, so a second half of the season league. But if
Brilliant.
at any point listening to these, you want to join along, you can actually just start a league from this race. So Hungary or Spa or Monza, whenever you join in, obviously in the overalls, you're not going to be competing at all. But in terms of you want to compete as something, you can get a couple of mates along, or you want to kind of go for a halfway league with us.
Mm-hmm.
It's something fantastic. It's almost starting from scratch on that basis.
Yeah, exactly. It just adds a bit more to every race weekend, doesn't it? Brilliant.
It certainly does. You're certainly paying attention. I think it probably drew our attention more to the midfield at the start of the season, and then we were kind of
Yeah,
like, geez, the midfield battle is great, basically.
yeah, exactly. So if it is a dull race, not that it's been lately, but if it is a dull race, there's still a little something you're keeping an eye on, and there's normally a bit of action in the midfield at the least.
Exactly. So I suppose, are we going to? I think that rounds up. You want to add anything else on F1 Fantasy in terms of our intro, juicing it to?
No, not too much. There are prizes if obviously it's too late now if you've not got a team, or if you have got a team and you're listening to this and you're ticking along on the rankings. If you do get first, I think all the way down to 10th, top 10 get some kind of prizes, tickets to races the next season, and whatnot.
The first one's like the club, isn't it? So that would be really cool for a race your choice. Although there are, like any competitions, there's certain races. I think first prize. Oh, easy yawn. I promise you're not born, Zach. First prize, I think, there's only a certain amount of races you can select from, and again for 2 and 3, from that basis. So very much, obviously, like we said, you're probably not in with a chance this year because you're playing catch up if you haven't already been playing so far. But you could very much view this as a pre-season of understanding the game, how it works. So when you are ready for next year, that's the year you're going to win your tickets to the Paddock Club in a Grand Prix designated by Liberty Media.
Exactly.
Who's excited?
I'm excited. I'm going to win.
There we go. We're both excited. We hope you're excited with us. Maybe, yeah. Right. That intro, we're done. I think we've explained what F1 is to people.
Yeah. So let's talk about the race. I just want to talk about the race because that was really one of the best F1 races of all time, really, in my opinion. Definitely of recent history.
Race.
A race, yeah.
A race. Ah, yeah. Race. But no, on a serious note, it was amazing because I think one of my favourite races of all time today, obviously, we being in our 20s and being a younger generation, we don't remember kind of anything really 90s and before. So my favourite race was the 2011 one where Button won that Carnage. Canada. And well, one because I really like Jensen and he's a Brit driver from there, but it was just absolute carnage having it was a 2-hour stop in the middle, wasn't it? And it was like not once but twice he'd had to pretty much come from the back, and the last time obviously he came from absolute last to then force Vettel into mistake halfway through the last lap and claim victory. I was like, that was mad. I don't think I'm going to see anything madder than that. And obviously the last 2 races at Silverstone and Austria have been like, wow, yeah, F1's getting good again. We're in love with F1 right now.
It's back.
Then Hockenheim.
Wow.
And I think it was carnage from the thing in Canada. Button was only really focused around Button. I think there's like 5, 6, 7, 8 drivers. There's like almost a story for every driver within the race at Hockenheim.
Yeah, definitely.
That you could focus on. And you're just like, what was going on?
I know. The only thing it didn't have, well, 2 things it didn't have for me was a red flag and a last lap overtake for the lead, which obviously Canada 2011 did have. That was the only 2 things missing, but other than that, just a perfect race.
Yeah, it really was, wasn't it? There were spins galore. Did you enjoy minus features spinning in the rain?
Brilliant.
Because there was a shed ton of spins. Either they were into walls and it was goodbye to your race, Charles Leclerc, Valtteri Bottas, Nico Hulkenberg.
Yeah, yeah. That turn 16 ice rink, absolutely love it. Absolutely
I
love
mean,
it.
yeah,
We need more of them.
we should have an ice rink on every F1 circuit.
Yeah, get the
I
sprinklers
did
out.
see today that the drivers didn't approve of it.
No, they didn't. Well,
But
the ones that spun off,
us
at least.
fans did. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
us fans.
Yeah, yeah, brilliant. It got how many drivers did it get? It got 5.
We had technical difficulties there. I had lost connection for a moment, but we're back, so don't worry.
We're back.
We're back. Oh god, that was a relief. You guys thought you'd lost us. Yeah, should we? Do we round up some fantasy points from? I mean,
Yep,
first
yep.
of all, we have to say amazing drive from Verstappen, amazing drive from Vettel, amazing drive from Kvyat. Obviously, in all the videos that we've done on the review of it, we've said that, but I don't think you can congratulate the people who finished in the top really 7 from Grosjean downwards as well, or upwards. How is that? 1 to 7.
Yeah.
Drove amazing races, really.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Incredible. Yeah, just absolutely a near perfect race from Verstappen. That one hairy moment where he spun around, done a 360, cost him about 7 seconds. But other than that, did everything
He
right.
was just showing up. He was like, you know what, guys? I can spin. I can spin, and I can still win this race. Go on, then.
I can spin and I can still win. Exactly.
He knew the spinning on the rain in the rain show was coming. He knew it. He wanted to be part of it. He's a fan.
Definitely, and he got 50 points in the end for anyone's fantasy team that had him in 50 big ones, and that now takes him up to the second highest points tally driver overall, only behind Hamilton. He's now overtaken Bottas on fantasy points, not quite on drivers' standing points, but you're getting there.
That is sensational.
It is. It really is.
Yeah, considering, wow. I mean,
Yeah, considering the strength of the Mercedes, yeah.
Yeah, and well, just saying, proving we brought out the stat that that was his 20th top 5 finish, 20th consecutive one, which is just I still can't get my head around the consistency level of Max Verstappen at such a young age. That's the type of stat that you'd expect from like Michael Schumacher in his pomp, wouldn't you?
Yeah, or Hamilton now, really.
Well, yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, so imagine if he had that 20 streak in a season, of course he'd win it, wouldn't he? Of course.
Well, he would, and dare to dream, maybe has an outsider chance of winning it this year.
Ooh, don't go there. I'm not saying that yet. I'm not saying that. I'm a big Max Verstappen fan, and I can't say that yet.
This weekend is massive. If he wins, this weekend, I think every F1 fan is kind of a bit like, he couldn't, but maybe he could. Maybe Hamilton hasn't won. Maybe
if we get a few more hot races or a few more cold races, wet races, who knows?
Well, it is meant to be very hot in Hungary this weekend. Anyway, we're getting sidetracked. We are on the German Grand Prix stats review with El Statador.
El Statador.
I knew one each week for you.
What are stats on the door today? So, Verstappen, 50 fantasy points. Next up was Kvyat, getting that podium with 33 huge points. Not sure many saw that coming.
And if you turboed him, that's a tasty 66.
Glorious. Absolutely glorious. Yep. Also, Stroll, 28 points. Huge. Again, fantastic. Vettel and Sainz, both 27 points. Vettel, amazing after the qualifying. He was left with -5. So what a recovery, of course, 20th to second, 27 points. I feel like that's a bit low. If you go from 20 to second, I want more points than that, really.
Well, it's a little bit harsh considering that the overtaking points are in play. I suppose he only gets +1 to a maximum of 10 points, doesn't he?
Plus 2 to a
Because he
maximum of 10. So it's only 5 overtakes that matter,
started
yeah.
outside the top 10, didn't he? So
Yeah, well, that doesn't actually matter. Overtakes wise, you get 2 points each overtake. It's only when you lose positions about being in the top 10. Come on, get it right.
Sorry. I'm telling people false information. So sorry.
That's why I'm El Statador.
Exactly. I bow to your superior knowledge.
Yeah, so just the 27 points for Vettel, but after the Saturday, you'll be delighted with that. And then noticeable losers of the week, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drivers that were in a negative points. We got Bottas -4, Leclerc also -4, Hulkenberg -8, Perez -7, Daniel Ricciardo -13, and Lando Norris -14.
Oh, and for you listeners, last week, who did you turbo, Zach?
Can't remember.
Think a little bit deeper.
So anyway, next topic. Of course. Let's just get it out of the way with Turbo Lando Norris because he was on the street.
So what was that, -28?
Yep, -28.
I mean, because it is a double whammy if you turbo a driver that retires, because they double those minuses for you. There's no, you got a minus point unlucky. It's he retired and you get double minus points. It is a real kick in the teeth.
Worst part is it wasn't even his fault, was it?
No. I believe I had that with Danny Rick, first Grand Prix of the season. So I understand your pain. I think I got like -30 for that. So
well, was Danny Rick on a streak first race of the season? No, he wasn't. So my pain is even more. So, in my opinion.
Right, yeah, sorry, I apologise. I shouldn't have dared to kind of question the level of pain that you've gone through this weekend with your streaks failing you once again.
Yep. I feel like
At least you got the qualifying one for Leclerc.
Yeah. And Leclerc was on for the win at the moment. He was, if he didn't crash, I think he was going to take the lead. We'll never really know, but I think the timings say that he would have either taken the lead or been right behind because Hamilton was just coming out of pits. Like his tires would have obviously been cold. So I reckon Leclerc would have led the race had he just kept it together for one more lap. And he'd done the same amount of pit stops kind of thing. He'd done the stop already, so it would have been a genuine, real first place. So. But it's his own fault. I don't feel sorry for him because he went off into that ice rink area twice before that. He saw how slippery it was. He saw you couldn't control the car.
Playing with fire, wasn't he, Zach?
Exactly.
Playing with fire.
I feel like that's the catchphrase. Say that on every week. Play with fire, and he's got burnt.
He got burnt. Well, didn't get horrifically burnt. It was almost like he got he spent a little
No. I'm going to stop you there. I'm going to stop you there. He didn't play with fire. He played with water, and he drowned.
Oh, I mean that got dark quickly.
Well, no, because it was a wet race, and he was get off. Water feels more appropriate, doesn't it?
Yeah, you don't need to drown him. You could just say that he went underwater for a bit and had to be saved by a lifeguard.
Well, I'm drowning in my sorrows because I got a big fat -4 for him when I should have got 3 points.
I also did. So, and I was going, I almost was going to put Max Verstappen in, and who convinced me to do that?
I didn't say anything. That was your decision.
You did.
I told you the stats. That was
I
your
suppose
decision.
I need to take responsibility for my decisions,
Yeah.
but I still feel there's an element of responsibility on your.
If you joined me on Norris, then I would take responsibility. But that was all you. Review the footage, review the tape. That was all you.
Right, okay, yeah. Oh, not bitter at all. I mean,
Okay.
at least I was in positive points thanks to who is my
True.
turbo driver,
Carlos Sainz.
and how many points does he score, El Stato?
27, double to 54.
54. That's a good turbo, isn't it? I mean, that's only 12 less than Kvyat. That's decent, that isn't it?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. I mean, it's better than minus 28, isn't it? I mean, cool.
Okay. Right, yeah, 1-0 to you, whatever.
Woo!
Move on.
Oh, which means this is probably the perfect time to introduce the head-to-head score. I mean, I realised we had a plan here, and this might become later on.
No, that's fine.
But they
So,
seemed a good point to do it.
head-to-head score, 1-0 to you, yeah? We're doing like a one round each. We're not doing total score, right? Cool.
There is going to be a 1-0 on the screen, just to emphasise.
I just wanted to
So when you watch
clarify
this back,
that
you realise that you are 1-0 down.
that's fine. I'll take 1-0 rather than whatever your score was and my -9 because I finished on -9. So I'd rather have a 1-0 down than however many points down.
You keep telling yourself that. Hard to catch up with me once I'm in the lead.
Nah, 1-1 next week. You see, you wait and see.
And yeah, we don't have to wait long.
We don't.
Are we done with the German Grand Prix? Do we need to hit the German Grand Prix anymore? I mean, we could stay there forever. Really, it was that good.
We probably should. Yeah, it was that great.
Say goodbye.
Well, do you want some stat up lines?
Oh, I tell you what, I would love some stat up lines.
Yeah, if you're trying to flirt with any girls, just hit them with these F1 stat up lines. It will get them going for you like nothing. Light work, trust me.
So are we calling this part of the show? It's like our agony aunt thing of love advice with Zach.
Well, not really. I don't know if that really works, but sure, why not?
Well, you said there were startup lines to use on girls, so.
Well, I just meant like stats. Like, should I give you some stats?
Yeah. Okay. All right.
In fact,
give me some stats.
No. Try and predict the stats. Yeah. So there were 2 records broken this race. What were they? Mike?
Was this a quiz?
Well, it is a little bit now, isn't it?
Oh God.
2 records broken. What were they? Any ideas?
4. Wow.
I'll give you a clue if you need one.
Give me a clue.
Okay, it's to do with Red Bull. What record did Red Bull?
Oh, I know what they did.
God, what did they do?
This is a blinder. So not only did they go and break the world record in Silverstone with a 1.92 pit stop, or was it actually? No, I think it was 1.91, and the previous record was 1.92 by Williams.
All right.
They then blitzed their own record and made it a 1.88 pit stop on Verstappen.
Yep,
this week,
exactly.
didn't they?
Well remembered. Yep.
World record.
Max Verstappen as well. I love it. I love it when a world record pit stop comes together for the race winner as well. So it's like it feels more important, you know. Just beautiful.
It was sensational. Really good. Right. Have I got a second? I've got a second record that was beaten.
Second record. Who scored 1 point this race?
Oh yeah. Is it a record of the longest points, longest amount of races gone in between scoring a race championship point?
You got it. Well, it might not be. I'm not sure if that's the exact fact. Probably is, but the exact stat is the longest period of time between points scored. So it was over 8 years. 2010 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, Kubica last scored a point. How amazing! Brilliant.
I mean, yeah, it is amazing. And if you didn't watch the race review, the amazing thing is, obviously great for Robert Kubica, but when Racing Point made that great call on Lance Stroll to come in, George Russell was on the radio telling Williams, "Let's go on the slicks," and they didn't listen. Yeah, gutted.
Yeah, that is real painful there. Unlucky George. That's a poor call from Williams. And speaking of that, I'm really surprised. We're going a bit all over the place here, but I'm really surprised everybody started the race on full wets. I would have thought, Lando Norris started P19. Maybe not Vettel because it's a bit too risky of a call. But I would have thought Lando Norris or one of the Williams boys would have risked it and gone on intermediates. But none of them. They all started on wets.
It was bar Stroll at the back. It was actually a very conservative approach, wasn't it, by the back runners?
Magnussen tried it a few times with different strategies. Didn't work out for him any time, sadly. But yeah, not too many risky calls. I was rooting. Watching it live, I was rooting every time Magnussen tried something Maverick or when Lance Stroll put on the slicks first. I was rooting for him. I said, "Go on, Lance!" And I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it when he took the lead, even though it was only for 5 seconds.
Well, he was still leading the race, and I think everyone was like, "What?"
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I think with that exact reaction, that pause just of is everything okay?
Is that correct? That's probably wrong, right? He needs to fit that. That's wrong. That can't be. I don't like. You just can't quite believe it.
Yeah, you're just like, no, he is genuinely leading. Wow.
Amazing.
Right, okay, and I think that probably is about time to say goodbye, Hockenheim. We hope you're back next year. Please, Liberty Media.
It will be surely after that race. It will be. We didn't get anything from Spain this year. If one of them's getting a chop, it will be Spain, surely.
You'd hope so, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
As much as you like Barcelona just feels almost like a tried and tested run because the teams know it so well because of pre-season testing.
Yeah, I wonder if there is an element of that to it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a classic circuit, Hockenheim, isn't it? We'll see. I suppose obviously not the new setup of it. The old one was a real classic, going through the forest. Anyway, we should move on to this weekend's Hungary. Where are we going with this first? Side?
Well, actually, no. You know what? I want to stay on Hockenheim a little bit longer, please, if you don't mind. I love it so much. Let's just stay there for a little while.
You've twisted my arm. Fine. Let's talk more Hockenheim.
I'm going to introduce to you a little category that I'm going to call the race in numbers. So each week,
drum roll,
right? Each weekly video or fantasy weekly video, I should say, because it won't be every week. But each video, I'll do a nice little race in numbers, countdown from 10 to 1. See if you can guess them. What's number 10 going to be? So it's something to do with a race that had a number 10 in it. Can you guess them? If you can't, I'll quickly tell you.
The amount of places Albon made up.
Oh, that was close to 10, wasn't it? Was it 10? It might have been. But no, that's not what I went with. I went with P2 for good old. P10 for good old Robert Kubica. Number 9 was P9 Hamilton because I just thought it's rare. It's a nice, funny, rare sight. P9 Lewis Hamilton. Number 8, there was 8 laps left when Bottas crashed. What could have been if he got a nice points score when Hamilton only scored 2 points? Would have really closed the gap to the championship. 8 laps left when he made a mistake.
Couldn't get past Lance Stroll though, could he?
No, that was very poor to see. I was very surprised that he struggled so much. But maybe that's more of a credit to Lance Stroll dealing with wet weather conditions so well. It is something he's got in his locker.
Yeah, as we saw. Right, that was 8. 7.
7. Can you guess what 7 is?
7 retirements.
You got it. 7. Technically DNFs because Gasly didn't
Well, he got classified
retire. He got classified as 3 laps plus. But it's a DNF. It's counted as a DNF regardless. There's 7 DNFs. Number 6. Can you get 6? 6 is a bit tricky.
Oh, 6, the finishing position of Alex Albon, a career best.
Could have gone for that. I didn't go for that. I went for 6 pit stops made by Lewis Hamilton just because I thought that's another rare sight. 6 pit stops. Magnussen also did 6, but less worthy.
That's sensational.
It is, isn't it? Number 5, it was the 5th pit stop for Stroll, but took him from P15 all the way up to P1 briefly. Absolutely love that. I'll never forget that moment.
No.
Amazing. 4 safety cars. 4 safety cars, 1 race. Awesome.
The funny thing about that stat, actually, as well, guys, is before we were having this, we were like just doing a little bit of a plan so we could try and get some sort of a structure with this, although it always seems to go off on a tangent.
Yeah.
We were both like, how many safety cars were it? It was 3. It was definitely 3.
Definitely 3. Definitely 3.
We said, look it up. 4? When was the 4th one? Apparently Bottas. Bottas was the 4th last one, was it?
Yeah, so it was Perez. It was
Leclerc.
Yeah, Leclerc. I was going to say Norris, but no, you're right. It's Leclerc, Hulkenberg, and then Bottas. That was the 4. 4 safety cars, 1 race. Wow.
Absolutely
3.
Mad.
So in contrast, 6 pit stops made by Hamilton. 3 pit stops made by the man who finished P5, Carlos Sainz. 3 stops. He did really well to manage a 3 stop there.
It was insane. I mean, to be fair, he did have a little bit of a pause on track for a bit, and he was he dug deep, and he was like, "Come on, Carlos, we need to finish this race on just 3 stops." He stared down with the wall. Maybe that.
Exactly. Took the words from his head there. That's exactly
I think so. If you guys want any further insight into F1 drivers' minds, I do little crystal ball readings for them. Lewis Hamilton's head right now is, I've got a win in Hungary. God, Lewis, that was easy. I mean, that's probably easy. I'm pretty sure that's what Lewis thinks every weekend.
He's thinking, I'm hungry for a win.
Oh, right.
Same joke. Back-to-back weeks I've used the same
joke. We are 33 minutes in, and he's got his first Hungary joke in. Get a round of applause for everyone. Round of applause for Zach. He's waited. He's waited this long. He's like, yeah, well done. Clap yourself, mate. You deserve it. You've earned it.
I tell you what, Lance Stroll, he didn't really stroll round when he went from P15 to P1, did he?
I'm not applauding that.
Okay, moving on. 2 virtual safety cars, so along with the 4 safety cars, there's 2 virtual safety cars, and number 1 beautiful race.
Oh, that's poetic.
Mm-hmm. So I think we'll see if
that was serenading almost.
Yeah.
Us F1 fans were like, oh, it was beautiful. What a beautiful race. If I could ask a race to marry me, I'd choose Hockenheim.
Okay, right. Do you want a quiz? This is a proper quiz, this one. I'll be keeping track of your scores, and you'll try and improve every week.
Is this Hungary related?
No, this is Germany related.
So we're still in Germany.
All about Germany. Sticking in Germany. Just enjoy Germany.
I'm enjoying Munich. Germany.
It's great.
Go Munich. It's not in Munich, is it?
No, but I'm just saying that's in Germany. Anyway, the quiz. Right.
Okay, in the quiz.
Now it's up to you.
Quiz time.
Quiz. Yeah. Now it's up to you. Do you want me to tell you the name of the quiz, or do you want me to tell you the options of names I've got. I'm sure you'll enjoy them. Or should I just change it every week so the quiz changes every week? What do you want?
Or quiz changes every week. Let's bear it up.
Okay, so this week we're going to have, does it seem legit or does he need to pit?
Oh.
So it's basically true or false, but instead of true or false, we're going to say seems legit or needs to pit. Got it? Good.
Okay, I've got it. Okay, does it seem legit or does he need to pit? Oh, seems legit, needs to pit. Got you.
Exactly, you've got it. Right, so first one, nice and easy one. Already mentioned it, but it's so good, why not mention it twice? Max Verstappen has now finished in the top 5 for 20 consecutive races. Which one is it?
I believe that seems legit.
It does seem legit. Correct, 1 point. Okay, next one. Kevin Magnussen pitted 7 times this race.
Needs to pit.
Well, no, he doesn't need to pit. He's already pitted 6 times this race. No, okay, but yeah, you're right. That he does need to pit. Yep. Okay. Different one here. There are 15 different nations of drivers represented on this year's grid. 15. Oh, what do you think about that?
Well, okay.
Yeah, that stumps you. You're counting them up.
There are 3 British drivers, 2 Germans, so that gets us there. Needs to pit.
You're saying needs to pit? That is legit, my friend.
Sorry?
We've got two Frenchmen, Pierre and...
Sorry, 15 nations on the grid?
Yep.
How's that?
No, sorry. No, you misheard the question. 15 different nations. Sorry, my bad. I'll excuse you for that one then. 15 different nations.
Right. Well, there's only there's 20 drivers on the grid.
Yep.
And if there's 3 British drivers.
Yep.
And then there's 2 French drivers.
Yep.
And 2 German drivers.
Yep.
I suppose they count as 3.
They only count as 1 each, don't they? Yeah, that's what's got you.
Yeah, no.
It says 2 Finns, Kimi and Valtteri.
Yeah.
What's the other 2?
Polish.
No, there's only 1 Polish.
Well, yeah, no, sorry, that's true. There's only 1 Australian.
There's another one. I did the maths. I double checked it. I'm sure there's another one. Did we say German? Yeah, we did German.
No, there's only 1 Italian.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Did we do the maths right with 4?
Right. 15 different nationalities on the grid.
I'm pretty sure. Maybe I've got that wrong. But let's just go with it. We're wasting too much time on this.
Okay, all right. Okay. Move on. Next question.
Next question. Roman Grosjean has more DNFs this season than he does championship points. Seems legit or needs to pit? What are we saying?
To pit.
You're saying pit, and that is correct. If Alfa Romeo didn't get disqualified, that would have been legit. But because they got disqualified, he ended up scoring 6 points this race, taking his tally to 8, and he has 5 DNFs. So well done. Correct again.
Oh, well, the Alfa Romeo's ahead of Grosjean. I thought he was ahead of both Romeos.
No, the Alfa Romeos were ahead of both Haas's, I believe.
Oh,
pretty sure. Yep. I'm confirming that in my head. Yep, that is correct.
Confirmed.
Of course, not anymore.
No.
Okay, and last one. Lewis Hamilton has now had 120 races for Mercedes, and he has won 60 of them exactly, giving him an exact 50% win record in the car. What a stat that is. Or is it?
That's...
Ooh.
It seems legit.
You're going to say legit? He needs to pit. It's actually been 130 races, and he only has 59 wins.
Oh well, that's disappointing, isn't it?
Yeah, 46% win record is
No, it's all
still
right.
amazing.
I'll back you,
But,
Lewis. I apologise.
yep. Next week, tune in next week where we will play box 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 or box box bollocks.
Oh, I mean, I can't wait. And neither can you,
No, I
listeners.
can't.
It's only a week. Luckily, it's not a 2 week break. Otherwise, God, you guys would be crawling the walls waiting for box, 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 bollocks.
It's literally the same game, just a better title. Love it.
Brilliant.
Okay, shall we finally move on? I know you've been starving to move on to Hungary.
I feel like Hungary deserves it. The Monaco without barriers.
That's a good summary. I've not heard that one. That's good. I like that.
It's a commonly referred term of Hungary, I believe. It is a track notoriously difficult to overtake on, and getting pole is very important. Although Danny Rick seemed to ignore the fact that overtaking was difficult there last year, going from 12th to 4th.
Oh, that was impressive.
It was, especially considering that Bottas careered into the side of him at some point as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a fun ending to that race. Okay, so shall we go through what our teams are looking like?
I believe we shall, Zach. Right, I'm caught in two minds here. So obviously I'm Bottas, Leclerc, Ricciardo, McLaren. I think both McLarens will do well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Ricciardo has got a new engine for this Grand Prix, like brand spanking new.
Yeah.
So I can't see a retirement. But the problem is, will the Renault Aero package be good enough to perform well at Hungary? Or will it be a track better suited to Alfa Romeo and maybe a switch in for Kimi Raikkonen, one of the big consistent scorers of fantasy, to come in? And I just don't think I can afford the Leclerc to Verstappen switch. Otherwise, I would do that.
Ah, that's unfortunate.
So I'm
Yeah.
going to have a play around.
Well, while you touch on that, I will confirm that I will be doing Leclerc to Verstappen, which I'm excited to get my boy back. Probably going to curse him, but let's not talk about it. But yeah, for you, who are you turboing, do you think?
Signs.
Yeah, has to be. Absolutely has to be. Plus, he's on a race streak.
He's on a race streak, and also he is probably the form driver outside of Max Verstappen. He's certainly the form driver in the midfield, isn't he?
Yeah, I can't argue with that at all. Obviously, Kvyat's peaked on his form as well with that podium, but
yeah, but
more consistently speaking, Carlos Sainz is the man.
Yeah, it's been ever since his kind of 3 DNFs at the start.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of kicked on.
Yep, he has indeed. Okay, yeah. So, also worth noting, if you haven't used your wild card, use it or lose it for this race. It will get reset after Hungary. You'll get a new one. Everyone gets a new one. So us, me and you, we both used ours, so we'll get a new one after the Hungary race. But if you haven't used it,
You
use it.
need to use it now.
Yeah, have some fun.
Right
Pick whoever
now.
you want.
Stop what
Do
you're
it.
doing when you're listening to this one. Do it now, unless obviously
keep it in
you
the
are
background.
listening to this on Monday morning. Then it's too late.
Too late. Don't waste your new one.
You missed it. You've missed out. But if it's before the race or before qualifying, actually,
Before qualifying,
do it. Do it now.
Do it.
Now.
Now.
Stop wherever you do. If you're working, stop. Do it now.
Yep.
If
Quit your
you're
job.
if you're
Play
brushing
your
your
wild
teeth,
card.
do it now.
Spit it out.
You're
Play your
brushing
wild
your-
card.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Perfect. I think we've got it across that we should use the wild card.
Okay, good. My dad's using his wild card, and I really like the setup he's going for. He's going for Max Verstappen. He's going for Danny Kvyat. Carlos Sainz.
Yep.
A couple of others, you don't need to worry about them. But what I like the most.
What do you mean a couple of others you don't need to worry?
Well, I haven't got rid of. I reckon it's Kimi Raikkonen and Lando Norris. I'm going to say. No, he must have a big gun. It'll be Bottas. Sorry, it will be Bottas. No, that is it.
That's this weekend. Well, Mercedes should bounce back.
Yeah. Plus, what I like the most is constructor. He's going bold. He's gone Red Bull.
No.
Yes.
Not with Pierre Gasly in the side.
He doesn't matter. He thinks Max Verstappen's going to win every single race, and Red Bull will get a decent amount of points because of that.
Plus, they'll get a decent amount of points. Anyway. Sorry, what?
Kvyat will come in soon anyway. Take Gasly's seat. Don't even worry about it.
Marco Helmet has publicly backed.
Don't believe it.
To the end of the season.
Nah, bollocks. Don't believe it.
It's just such a dismissive way to talk about F1, isn't it?
It is. I like it.
Bollocks. Oh, it's gone. Yeah, get rid of that. Woof. You're gone. See ya.
But yeah, and why he's doing that, I should state, is because, back to my old streaks, Red Bull are on a qualifying streak. So if both their cars finish top 10 qualifying, they'll get a tidy 5 points for you.
That does look like a dead cert to me.
Yeah, normally Gasly, because he'll use softs in Q2 and make sure he gets into Q3, doesn't he?
He does.
Yep. Also, but don't worry, don't panic if you have Mercedes and I've tempted you into Red Bull, because Mercedes also get the qualifying streak should they both get top 10.
What a relief! I panicked there.
You did panic, didn't you?
I
heard it in your voice.
I was like, what am I going to do? Do I take the -10 hit just to get Red Bull in? I've got to follow the streaks. It's working well.
You've been calm down. You've been drinking too much Red Bull. Calm down.
Sorry, this isn't sponsored. We can't do that.
No, of course it isn't sponsored. If we were going to have a sponsor, of course it would be Rich Energy. I mean,
they are. Well, that's a quick question. All right, quick side question. Do you think we'll see the Rich Energy livery still on the Haas cars come the end of the summer break? So in Spa, or do you think they would have rebranded?
Good job you worded out that way, because I would say yes, we'll see it in Hungary, but no, we won't see it by Spa. That's what I'm saying, at least.
I would be inclined to agree with you, although I still have absolutely no idea what's going on there. As soon as we figure it out, we'll let you guys know. Right,
if we ever do.
We might do. Right, that's our predicted teams. Predicted turbo drivers. We've done that. Are we? Where to next?
Where to next?
Fantasy.
You know what? I like quizzes so much. You want another quiz? We'll do a quick fire quiz this time.
Go on. I feel like a quiz in an F1 Fantasy Weekly podcast. It's got to be a thing.
Why not? It's just great fun. So, play along in the comments as well. Let us know how you scored. So, this is 8 questions. Number 1, which team had a double DNF at this race at Germany? Quick fire quiz, you've got 5 seconds. Which team had a double DNF this race? Renault, correct answer. Number 2, how many double DNFs have we had now this season?
From teams?
Yep. So how many double DNFs from a team? Including this weekend. How many?
God, Haas have done it a lot. I'm going to go with 5.
Big fat for that. It's only 2. Haas have only done it once. They kept the cars coming home. They've only had one double DNF.
Yeah, the double DNF in Silverstone and then double DNF for Renault. Wait, oh no, because in Bahrain, both Renaults DNF'd, but they got classified, so it wasn't a double DNF.
Mm-hmm.
I got
You
fooled by Grosjean's, but actually Magnussen was consistently finishing in that period. Silly me.
Okay, back to the German Grand Prix because I love it so much. It's got so many questions, so many talking points from it. How many teams had both drivers score points this race? So how many teams had both drivers finish in the points?
Well, I can tell you that there was only... is this before or after disqualification?
After, of course, disqualifications mean disqualification. Well, it wasn't disqualifications, it was just penalties that pushed them out the points.
Then it was 2.
It was 2. Can you name them?
It is Haas and Toro Rosso.
Yeah, who would have thought that coming into the A? Who would have thought that they're the two teams that keep both the drivers in their top 10? Mental.
I mean, it was impossible to predict on the F1 Play app. I'm calling fix. They don't want anyone.
Yeah. That no one got anywhere near that, did they?
Race fixing.
Okay, next one. I reckon you'll get this one quite easily. Name the team or teams that had a 100% finish record this season.
Team or teams?
Yep.
What, both drivers or just at least one driver?
Yep, both drivers. So that 100 finish, so not a single retirement throughout the team.
Well, then that has to be just Williams. Williams the only team to have done it.
Just Williams, exactly. Well done. Full marks so far, not a single one wrong.
Well, no, I did get the double retirement one wrong.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well spotted. Yeah, you
did. Thank you for giving me credit. I could have got away with that, but I'm an honest competitor. I don't want to cheat my way to the top.
You're so confident with your answer, but I just believed it. Right. Okay. Right. Another question. Which racing point has more points in the championship standings?
Checo.
You're going with Checo. He has 13 points, and Lance Stroll has 18.
Lance Stroll went ahead because he got the 4th place.
Oh, you failed again. Another.
I didn't even think.
Yeah. Okay. Next one then. Who has more points in the championship standings? Danny Kvyat or Kimi Räikkönen?
Kvyat or Räikkönen?
What are you thinking?
Kvyat.
Oh, you go with Kvyat after that podium, and it's correct. If Kimi had finished in, I want to say 7th, was it 7th before they got the penalty? If he finished in 7th, he would have kept his lead over him. But he's stuck on 25 points, and Kvyat has overtaken him on 27.
Boom, Daniel Kvyat.
Okay, and last one. How many laps did Hamilton lead from the start of this race for? Did he lead for 8 laps, 18 laps, 29 laps, or 37 laps?
29.
You're saying 29? That is correct. Well done.
God.
Okay.
Bang. I'm sick at this quiz.
Pretty decent. So that.
Look at me paying attention to something I'm supposed to be commentating on. It's almost like I do my research.
Yeah, exactly.
I fluked it. It's a fluke. I've got it right. I had a 1 in 4 chance. I'm just good at guessing.
So, from the 12 questions I asked you today, you scored 9. 9 out of 12.
I'm impressed by that.
Brilliant.
And I probably would have got higher if I thought about a few of them more too, rather than just trying to ram an answer out.
Wow, it's a quick fire quiz.
Exactly. I can't take the piss.
Exactly.
Right. Well, that 2 quizzes. I feel spoiled.
Exactly. What more could you want?
I don't know, Zach. I feel fulfilled.
Well, if you're fulfilled, then there's not much more to talk about. Have you got? Should we do the classic Kimi moment of the week? Have you got that?
Oh, yes.
Prepared for us?
So, my Kimi Raikkonen moment of the week. Well, there's an option between 2.
Mm-hmm.
The first one came in the press conference on Thursday when we had Vettel and Kimi reunited in the press room, and Kimi was asked to describe his relationship with Vettel and stuff, and it was very nice, and he was friends and stuff. And then Vettel was obviously asked to return the favor, and he was very polite and stuff. And it's like, I liked the kind of nod to Kimi's shortness. So this Kimi moment is actually not from Kimi's mouth. It was Vettel talking about Kimi, saying, team meetings aren't as short anymore. And then I think every F1's fan just kind of mind drifted to imagining a team meeting at Ferrari going, so Kimi, we've done some of the race sims today. What do you think of the car? He's good.
Good. Yeah, it's exactly where I was going to go with that. Oh.
Thanks, Kimi. I suppose we'll move on from that point now.
Oh, you gotta love him.
I do. So that's probably my Kimi moment of the week. The other one, quick mention too, was in free practice when they were running qualifying sims, and the teams were basically being stupid and the cars were slowing right down because it was really hot on the Friday, and he came flying around a corner, nearly going into the back of a Toro Rosso, I think, and it was just an expletive left radio message about the stupidity of what they were doing. But it's always quite amusing when Kimi gets on the radio, because when he gets angry, he's very funny.
What's your favorite Kimi team radio moment?
The classic slogan of "I know what I'm doing" has to be up there.
Yeah, true.
In terms of that,
for me, it's the "Can I have the drink" moment. And guys, you will not have the drink. It just cracks me up every time.
So this is going to be our new feature of the show, because we love Kimi. I mean, I don't know any F1 fan that doesn't love Kimi Raikkonen.
Mm-hmm.
And we took a rather safe gamble on there will be at least one thing over the course of a race weekend that Kimi will do that will be funny.
Yeah, and if there isn't,
there'll be a story. Exactly.
Yeah.
There's plenty of Kimi to look back on.
Exactly.
Right. Well, I suppose that not quite nicely rounds off the F1 Fantasy Weekly podcast.
It does, yeah.
Is it too much to ask for 4 amazing races in a row?
Why not? One more, because we're going to go into the break. I don't want to go into the break on a downer.
No.
So let's just have a little bit more spice, please.
Yeah. Give us the max win. Give us that spice.
Yes. Make us dream.
We want to dream. Dare to dream. Right.
So max win, or quick last thing. Max win or Leclerc to get his first win. I'd
be up for that. I'd be up to that. I was tweeting with a few people, and that seemed quite a popular winner's choice if there was going to be one from somebody outside of Mercedes. People were quite excited for the possibility of Leclerc winning his first one.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. So, guys, if you like what we do, give us a thumbs up. If you would like to get involved in the comments below on what you thought of the podcast, what your quiz results were, making sure that you played along before you heard the answers, not cheating and kind of just going, I got 100%, but I just listened to what Zach said. Come on, you've got to play fair here. Well, although I suppose by the time you've got to this point in the podcast, if you have cheated, it's already too late. So if you've got 12 out of 12 and you cheated, own up. Own up to being the cheat that you are. And tell us who's in your F1 fantasy team this week. We'll be excited to hear and see whose team comes out on top. Don't forget, guys, to subscribe as well. So walk yourself over to that button, give it a click, put on the bell notification so you can be notified when we release videos. This is coming out on the Friday because we're confirming you're feeling better now, Zach, aren't you?
I am feeling better. Yep, small delay due to illness.
That's all right. We get ill. We can't blame that in there. We want to make sure we have a fully fit fighting F1 Fantasy Weekly because it is a high energy, high octane show, and it takes a lot out of you, Zach, doesn't it?
It does indeed. I've had my pit stop. I'm on fresh tyres now. I'm good to go.
It was box. Right, guys. For you F1 fans out there, should we count it in? All right. 3, 2, 1.
Keep racing.